Hey, what's up, guys? Just wanted to give my quick little review of sorts for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Now, I know this video is probably not going to get a lot of views, and I understand who cares about Modern Warfare 2. That game's almost 5 years old. But I figured I would talk about it and, just to have some Call of Duty videos up, so, at least if someone ever wanted to know, because everybody knows my opinion on the Battlefield games. So I figured, hey, why not give these Call of Duty games a bit of a chance and, try them out. Kind of like I did my Spec Ops rant video, which I still haven't worked on the solution for that. Somebody actually saw that video and PM'd me on PlayStation Network and actually told me some fixes. I haven't tried them yet, but I do appreciate, that I would rather see stuff like that come out of rant videos, especially if it's something like that. But I do appreciate that person trying to help, and I will get to trying those and see if that fixes that issue, because I would love to have this issue fixed so I can play the Spec Ops. It's nothing against the game itself. It's just it is kind of bullshit at the end of the day, all the stuff I have to go through just to get it to work. But from what he had told me, it had been hacked or something, and that's why it doesn't work properly anymore. And you have to do a bunch of sort of fixes on your PlayStation to get it to work, like change some settings. But I do appreciate that. So I guess on to talking about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. One thing I will not talk about in this video is the multiplayer, because I personally don't play Call of Duty for multiplayer. I did play Black Ops Combat Training, and all these Call of Duty games are pretty much the same anyway as far as the actual multiplayer, with the exception of, this game has better maps or something. But you've played a multiplayer shooter, you pretty much played them all, especially these arena style ones, so I don't think that's really fair to review that aspect of the game. Again, if you guys like the Call of Duty multiplayer, be my guest. But it's just not personally for me. So in this video, I'm not going to be talking about that because, like I said, it's pretty much you played one, you played them all. I played Medal of Honor Warfighter. I enjoyed it. It's an arena style shooter similar to Call of Duty. So, I mean, I just don't care for the fact that it's network based, where, this guy's a better connection than me, or he uses the most OP gun or whatever. It's just not my thing. That's why I play Battlefield for that. But I am here at least today to talk about the single player. Since I can't really review Spec Ops due to the network problems I had, I played Spec Ops on Modern Warfare 3 and loved it. So I'm sure if it actually worked, I would like it. I never said I would hate the mode. I just was aggravated at the fact that it didn't work. So I know, 3 minutes in and I haven't even really talked about the game. So basically, Spec Ops, I'm sure I'd like. It's just a co-op thing. I love the Modern Warfare 3 Spec Ops, so we'll just call that good. So, more or less, what I'm talking about, I guess, is the campaign. So, I played through the campaign. I started it yesterday. Took me about 5 or 6 hours, I'd say, to beat the campaign. I took my time with it as well, and I put it on normal. I'd never played the game before. I figured, might as well, play it on at least a difficulty I could have a little bit of challenge with. So I put it on normal. My favorite part of the campaign was going through the airport. That was actually one of the scenes that was considered, I guess, disturbing, and you could actually skip that scene. That's actually probably one of the funnest missions in the campaign. And I gotta be honest, when it comes to campaign, I gotta say it, and I know this is gonna sound ridiculous, but I actually enjoy these Call of Duty single player campaigns. Granted, I'm not a fan of Call of Duty's multiplayer, but I do like the multiplayer modes. Like on Black Ops, I loved combat training, the zombies, Dead Ops Arcade. That's all fun stuff. That's about as close as I get to the multiplayer. And then with this, it would have been Spec Ops. It didn't work properly for me, so I'm not going to talk about it because there's nothing to talk about. And playing the single player, I still enjoyed this game. Now, I did not play Modern Warfare 1. I had it at one time. I bought a whole bunch of games from a friend of mine, and he was selling his Xbox collection, and he had COD 4 Game of the Year edition. But I had never played it. I sold it because I knew it was worth a lot of money, especially back then. It was still worth quite a bit of money. And I sold it because I wanted a good amount of money to spend at GameStop. And I liked some of the other games he sold me, and it was just $100 flat, and I got all those games. So I think I made about 15-20 bucks off Call of Duty 4, which was nice. So that was nice. And I think he also sold me one of those Halo games, and I sold that because that was worth a lot of money at the time as well. So I sold both of those, and I kept all the other games that he sold to me. But I never played Call of Duty 4, so I played it once multiplayer when it first came out, but that was it. I never played the story. So going into this game, I was worried that I wouldn't understand the story. And even so, I'm not really sure what happened in Call of Duty 4. But I did enjoy Modern Warfare 2's story, and I didn't even really need to play COD 4, which I thought was nice. The story was pretty decent. Unfortunately, I had it spoiled for myself a little bit because I looked something up. I was seeing how much further the campaign was, and I was looking at what chapter I was on, and I wanted to see how far I was to beating the game because I'd been playing it for like 3 or 4 hours. And the way the Call of Duty wiki actually sections it off in acts 1, 2, and 3. Act 1 probably takes an hour or two. The second act takes a long time, like probably 2 or 3 hours, but the last act only took about an hour. So that probably rounded out to about 6 hours, I'd say. And it had nothing to do with me dying a lot. It was just the middle part of the game was really long for the campaign. And that's why I was like, man, I've been playing this forever. Everyone always tells me these are like 4-hour campaigns, and this one actually is probably about 6 hours, I'd say. Again, I played it on Recruit, and regular. I don't know why I said Recruit. I played it on regular difficulty. I don't know what that's called. I think it's just called regular. And because you got Recruit, I think regular, then Hardened, then Veteran. But I just played it on normal, just, if I ever wanted to try Veteran, that I would, okay, here's the damage values for normal. So that may be the reason it had taken me a while. But I enjoyed it. The middle, like I said, the middle of the game is probably the longest. I'd say it's 2 to 3 hours. But the last, third act, that was only about an hour. Because I started on the third act this afternoon, and I had beat it within, an hour. So the third act, if you look on the wiki, you'll see what I'm talking about. But it's very short. It's only an hour. But the middle part of the game is really long. And that's what surprised me. I'm like, man, how long is this campaign? It seems like it's taking forever. But I did enjoy the campaign. The airport scene, the airport level, that was probably my favorite. I also liked the thing where you're climbing with the ice picks. That was really fun. I actually died there. Right at the beginning when that guy is smoking the cigar, and then he throws it off the thing, and then he, shimmies across the edge. I actually shimmied ahead of him because I didn't know what I was doing. I was just like, oh, maybe I'm supposed to go ahead of him. And he's like, I'm going to climb up here. And when he reached his arm out to take the pickaxe to swing it to get up there, he pushed me off the edge and I died. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my god, you can't tell me that's what I just died from. And, I don't know if there's a video on YouTube of it, but if I had an HD capture card, I would love to just record that little scene and put it as, the worst Call of Duty death ever or something. Because it was just so funny and so random. I was like, oh, you're supposed to be before him before he does that, otherwise you get shoved off and died. But I really liked that. the snowmobile thing after that was really fun. The boat chase, that was really fun towards the end. I won't spoil the ending or anything, but like I was saying, when I was looking it up, the game spoiled, the kind of plot twist it had with one of the characters. So I was like, oh, it wasn't like, it was really surprising if you didn't read that and didn't know that. It's like, oh shit, I didn't see that coming, but unfortunately I saw it kind of coming. I knew it was going to happen at some point, and then when I seen it happen, I was just like, holy shit. And it's like, how's this guy going to get out of this? How's he going to get out of this situation? And it seems like you play as multiple characters. It seems like you play as that Ramirez, and then you play as this other guy, like Soap, and then there's some other character. I think it's like, or maybe he was an American, and I think you work with that Makarov guy, and that's when you shoot up the airport, and then he shoots you at the end of that little section. But I think that's just that guy for one level. I don't think that was actually another character, but I could be wrong. Then there's that guy at the beginning. I forget his name, but like Abrams or something. Maybe that's not right, but you play as him, and you teach the guys how to shoot, and you play as him for I think a couple sections. But the chapters, or missions or whatever, they go by really fast. Like they're like 10 or 15 minutes a piece, and then you get a next piece of the story, and then you play 10 or 15 minutes, and you go to the next piece. It's really fast paced in a way, and it was really well done. Using the Predator missiles was really fun. I understand now why people say Modern Warfare 3 was just more or less a that it was a just reskinned, like with better graphics. Like I always said that about Modern Warfare 2 back in the day. I was always like, this game is just Call of Duty 4 with better graphics. But no, I mean I see why it looks a little bit better and a little bit different. It seems like they did put a little more money into it. But Modern Warfare 3, I understand why people think it's kind of copy-paste. I still like Modern Warfare 3 quite a bit. But Modern Warfare 2, I'd say it's okay. I'd definitely say pick it up for the price that it is now, between $3 and $5. It's definitely worth a play. Like I said, I never played it. And, in the past, I don't know if I've ever said it in my Battlefield videos, but I've always kind of bagged Call of Duty, and I'm not really changing my tune or changing my stance on it. I do still see it as kind of compared to Battlefield, a little bit more mediocre. That's in the multiplayer. But as far as like the single player, I do like the single players typically a lot more. Like, I really didn't care for Battlefield 3's story. I didn't mind the campaign itself, like the gameplay. I thought that was okay. It wasn't good, it was just okay. But I really like Bad Company 2 a lot better as far as the actual campaign. And then Battlefield 4, I liked its story, but I hated the multiplayer. So, I like these Call of Duty stories. It seems to me Call of Duty does do better in the single player. Because, like I said, I loved Bad Company 2. I just thought Battlefield 3 was maybe okay. I didn't think it was really anything special. And then Battlefield 4, I thought it was okay. I think I'd put it up there as far as story mode, single player, with Bad Company 2. But with this game, I mean, this felt just like another one of those kind of games where I enjoyed it. I still enjoyed the single player, and I enjoyed the co-op. I didn't for this game because I couldn't get it to work properly because of my network and all that. I don't know what the deal is with their network and what happened, but once I do these fixes, I'll see if I can fix it. Hopefully it'll work, because I'd really like to play the Spec Ops. But I did play it in Modern Warfare 3, loved it. I wouldn't necessarily say Modern Warfare 2 or 3 are better than each other. I think some just kind of excel at other things. I think they're both about the same game, though. I think one's just a little more polished or adds on a little more to what the other one didn't have. But again, that's just me. I still think they're okay games. Would I give $60 for these games? No. Would I give $30 for these games? Yeah, I'd give $20 or $30 for these games. You know, and I barely gave any money for these games. You know, $3 and $6 or $7. You know, a total of about $10 to get Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and 3 used at GameStop. That's a pretty good deal. So anyway, guys, I'll quit rambling. It's been about 15 minutes. I think you get the gist of what I like about Call of Duty now. You know, what I like and dislike, I guess. I am going to see if I can get those fixes done. But I know not too many people watch this, but at least if you're interested in finding out my opinion on Call of Duty, here's the video for Modern Warfare 2. I do plan on doing a video probably for Modern Warfare 3. I just started the story a little bit ago. And I'm probably 3 missions in or so. We just, what did we do? I think we just set those charges on the submarine or whatever. You know, and what were we doing? I think we were riding in boats or something again, so, and we just finished that, and then I shut it off. I just saved and exited that. So I'm not really sure where I'm at, what the chapter's called, but that's where I'm at in Modern Warfare 3. So once I finish that game, and, you know, finish what I want to do on it, probably once I just finish the campaign, I'll make the review for that. So, again, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys, enjoy hearing my opinion on Call of Duty. I know in the past I've sort of bagged the game, saying they're mediocre and crappy, but, you know, for what they are, again, I would never give $60 for them, and I wouldn't buy them brand new at release or anything. I think they have a better longevity than Battlefield, which might be an unfortunate thing. But I'm not a big fan of the multiplayer. So I'm not going to review the multiplayer in this. I'm not going to review the multiplayer in Modern Warfare 3. I'll give you probably a little story about what little of the multiplayer I did play. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it's what your expectations were. So yeah, I think I'll go ahead and end it there. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys for the next video. Peace.